Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. Hope all is well. Um, Breaking news, we have a Colorado high school shooting. Um, Hang on one second, ladies and gentlemen. Told you that last night, baby. Okay, so I'm looking for a good, like, short. Uh, Here, and I'm watching the live as well. So, obviously, Colorado is uh, where it all started. So, with the Columbine shooting, that was the first really big one. Um, I thought I clicked on a Rumble link. Rumble is currently down, um, having trouble streaming to your RTMP. I think they're still having issues. Let me see if it's back up yet. It is not. So Rumble is not streaming correctly. So, uh, yeah, it's still giving me an error. So hopefully that comes through. Yes, we do at a high school that just had a shooting not too long ago. So obviously touchy subject. I definitely wanted to cover it real quick. So we'll read an article. This will be a fairly short stream. Read an article, watch a short video, and then I'll let you guys get back to Hayden. Um, there it is. We're over at the Communist News Network because I feel like it's important to use sources that we don't like. Well, Steve has always been gay. He just came out of the closet. CNN must be doing really bad because now they have terrible ads at the top. Male student shot after shot two staff members at Denver High School before fleeing, officials say. A male student shot and wounded two faculty members at Denver High School on Wednesday and then fled the scene, spurring a citywide search for his whereabouts, according to city officials. The shooting at East High School was reported about 9:50 a.m., and that would be Mountain Time, so about 2 hours ago. And police and medical responders arrived on scene very quickly to find two adult men with gunshot wounds, Denver Police Chief Ron Thomas said. One faculty member is in stable condition and the other is in critical condition. The student suspected in the shooting, who was under 18, was under a school safety plan in which he was patted down each day. That's insane in its own right. The police chief said, if he's too dangerous where you have to pat him down and do all that kind of stuff, then he's obviously too dangerous to be there, in my opinion. Solely in my opinion. So, hang on real quick. Sorry about that, got distracted. During Wednesday's search, a handgun was retrieved and several shots were fired in an office area in the front of the school, away from the other students and staff, he said. The student then fled the school and a search is underway for his whereabouts. The weapon has not been recovered, Thomas said. So again, if you have to give special considerations and pat this kid down every day, he shouldn't be in school, in my opinion. This is outside of Denver. We'll get to it with the video. We'll see exactly where it's at. So I believe there's a picture in here too. This all broke like 30 minutes ago. So by the time I could get live, but we're looking for the suspect. Mayor Michael Hancock said, we'll find that suspect and we will hold that suspect accountable for his actions this morning and placing everyone in danger and certainly wounding the two staff members who are doing their job and trying to keep everyone safe at the time. The mayor asked residents to look out for the student, described as an African American juvenile with an afro and wearing a hoodie with an astronaut on it. No comment. The student should be considered armed and dangerous and willing to use the weapon, as we learned this morning, the mayor said. In addition, another student was taken to the hospital because of an allergic reaction, the mayor said. Paramedics were already in the building for that incident when the shooting occurred, and so were able to immediately treat those wounded, Hancock said. East High School has about 2,500 students across 9th through 12th grades and is the largest and highest performing comprehensive high school of all Denver public schools, according to the school system. So it looks like it's right outside the Denver Zoo, pretty much dead on. So downtown Denver. So yeah, this is the airport for reference. This is Denver, and Denver's in the middle of Colorado, which is in the middle of the United States, kind of. The high school is located in the City Park neighborhood of the Colorado capital and is considered a Denver historic landmark for its architecture and the Jacobean revival style. The clock tower atop the school is similar style to Philadelphia's Independence Hall, the school website notes. School officials will be implementing a controlled release of students once police allow, according to a tweet from Denver Public Schools. Students who committed themselves will be escorted to their cars. Students who ride the bus will be held on campus until the bus arrives. And students who are dropped off by a parent can be picked up from a separate location, the tweet says. The school will be out of session for the rest of the week following the shooting. Superintendent Alex Marrero said during a news conference, when students return for the remainder of the school year, 2 armed officers would be present on campus, he said. Well, if the kid was getting patted down and it's a sad fucking world. I know that much. But if the kids were getting patted down and everything, like, is that really going to make much of a difference that you have 2 armed officers? A couple of weeks ago, a student was shot and killed in a car at that school. Wow. Yeah. Wow. Okay. Thanks for that, man, bud. Denver East High School. So this was about 3 weeks ago. Denver East High School student shot outside school has died, police said. That's a pretty school. It really is. Really pretty school. How long is this? Because it's not that far. A 16-year-old East High School student was shot outside Denver school 2.5 weeks ago and has died, the Denver Police Department confirmed Wednesday. Luis Garcia was inside his car at East 17th Avenue and Esplanade, just north of the school, when he was shot on February 13th. Oh, so it was about a month ago. Gotcha. Just after 2:30 p.m. Police said at the time, 2 teenagers were arrested shortly thereafter, but neither was charged with the shooting. I wonder if he's the same one. The case is still under investigation, and there are no updates as of Wednesday afternoon. We don't need to hear about all that, but yeah, that is a beautiful school. Damn. All right, and like I said, we'll jump through this video, see what the local news has to say, and then I'll be signing off for the day, ladies and gentlemen. Well, for now.
Shooting that just happened at East High School. We now know there are 2 adult victims with likely non-life-threatening injuries.
What we know right now at this time is that Denver police say those 2 adult victims have been taken to area hospitals. It is believed that the suspect is no longer on scene. We're working to get clarification of exactly what that means. We are told that investigators are working at this time to gather additional info. Now, this is a map that you're seeing of East High School and the surrounding area.
I know it's not time for jokes, but of course it's on Detroit Street. That makes sense.
Again, by them saying the suspect is no longer on scene, we do not know what that means. Again, we're working to get some more information as investigators are still there. We have several crews that are en route now working to get some more information. Of course, this is coming on the 2-year anniversary on the heels of the Boulder King super shooting.
Yeah, and this is also coming only weeks after a student was shot outside of East High School. Luis Garcia. Students had a march to the Capitol from East High School demanding for action to be taken with gun legislation.
Right. So around 10 o'clock this morning, that's when DPS first tweeted that East High School was placed in lockdown due to police activity. Then at 10:06 this morning, that's when Denver Police Department said that they were responding to a shooting at East High School. Unknown number of victims at that time. Again, we have just learned from Denver Police that 2 adult victims have been located and transported to area hospitals, and it looks like likely non-life-threatening injuries.
Now, what they are telling the public at this time is to expect a large police presence in that area as they work to get more information in this investigation. Again,
I'm not going to be Alex Jones because I won't get sued, but let's critically think here. They either have one hell of a problem, or you know what I'm talking about. If they just marched to the Capitol for gun legislation, I'm not a firm believer in coincidence.
limited information at this time. They do tell us that 2 adults were taken to area hospitals, likely with non-life-threatening injuries. That's according to DPD. They do believe that the suspect no longer on scene. We are also working to gather more information. We have several crews headed to the scene right now. We'll be checking in with them as soon as we can.
We are watching the Denver Police Department's thread right now, and I know a lot of parents are reaching out wanting to know some more information. Of course, this can be very scary for parents as well watching, but again, they're just saying, please give us space, as there is still a large police presence, and they're trying to get as much information as they can.
And you have to remember the context of this specific area, this school. They have already faced a shooting only several weeks ago, sadly losing a student, Luis Garcia, really impacting a lot of the student body there and the community as a whole. This is video from that shooting several weeks ago. Again, it was a student, Luis Garcia. He was on the soccer team there, loved by a lot
walking
of his
does solve
classmates and his
everything, man,
friends.
bud.
And it
100%.
really sparked a big conversation from students. Again, they had a walkout not too long ago from
Yeah, I don't
East
want to
High
listen
School
to the political part of it. Let's see if we got anything else.
The environment has been relatively calm. I've actually already seen a few fire trucks as well leave the area here. Saw 1 or 2 maybe people walking away a bit distraught from this scene. But like I said, we are still trying to learn some more information. We're still working to confirm a lot more information from police at this time. And so investigation's ongoing, and we're going to bring you more updates as we get them.
Luis, you had also covered the shooting that we were mentioning from several weeks ago, just outside of East High School, when sadly the community there lost Luis Garcia, a student there and a beloved member of the soccer team. This has to be something that is really weighing heavy, specifically on the students there at East High School and the parents as well.
Well, I've been, in the few minutes that I've been here,
I want to hear about this shooting, not the last one. Jesus. Let's watch some stock drone footage.
Area, and they said you can expect a large police presence around East High School as their investigation continues. You can tell exactly just how big of a presence we are talking about.
Damn, look at how many cops.
Sky 9 right now over the school.
Yeah, there's an ambulance that's posted right up out front of
Yeah,
the
maybe
school.
I'll reach out.
Not going
Like I said,
anywhere
this
right
is
now,
just a
but you
short
can see
video
just the
to
amount
give
of
everybody a quick
response
update
that
on
came
what's
out.
going
Again,
on.
the first tweet
I'm
that
going to
we
try
saw
real
that
hard to
came out
keep
was
it
from
under 20
DPS
minutes
around
because I got
10:01
stuff to
this
do.
morning,
But
just saying that East had been placed into lockdown due to police activity. And then a few minutes later, that's when DPD said that they were responding to that shooting at East High School. And you can see the response is quite massive. There are still a lot of first responders there on scene. Again,
that's a lot of police.
Saw a fire truck
Wow.
that looked like it was leaving the scene, or at least moving positions, when we were talking to Luis De Leon.
Yeah, and of course, again, we have several crews along with Luis.
I guess
that
it's
are
not that
headed out
many
to
for
the scene right
Denver,
now. Luis
big city,
already
though.
there. And once we get more information information, we'll be sure to bring that to you as that comes in. We're working with really limited information at this time, but we know this is certainly really scary and really traumatizing, especially given the fact that this specific community of East High School went through a very similar situation.
Over his shoulder and be worried about his safety, which is exactly what happened
Yes,
today.
they
He
have a
happened to be
live stream
outside
as well.
of the
Dang.
school. It was during third period. He said an assembly was about to start. And he started seeing people running and ducking and
Living on
realized,
the opposite
I
side
better
of
check
town.
if I'm in a safe spot, and I better check if my sister and my cousins and my family, all the people who are inside this school, if they are okay. And I think that's one of the things that's just really sticking to me, is just that the people who are the most vocal about it are the students who have been through this before and are tired. They just want to come here and learn, and have now become experts at mobilizing and trying to get the city's attention about school safety.
Yeah, Anusha, thank you so much. We do want to get to a statement that Denver Mayor Michael Hancock just put out
let's listen
about
to
the
this,
shooting at
and then
East High School. Again, we know that he was there today for this press conference. He talked about how this is incredibly frustrating for students, staff, for the community. And I'm going to read you what he said this morning. It says, another act of senseless gun violence rocked the East High School community this morning, and my heart is with each and every student, staff member, and parent. Our schools should be free from violence, period. Parents are angry and frustrated, and they have a right to be. Easy access to guns must be addressed in our country. Denver cannot do this alone. There are common sense protocols at the legislature and in Congress right now, and they must be passed. It's also time to return school resource officers in our schools. Removing them was a mistake, and we must move swiftly to correct it. We're ready to work with DPS, and we all have to step up as a community and be part of the solution.
And that's a really strong part of that statement. We have it pulled up there for you on the screen right now. Again, to reiterate exactly what Corey just said, Mayor Hancock saying it is time to return those SROs to schools. I think it's a big thing to point out that he said removing them was a mistake, and that they're going to swiftly act to correct that. If that's going to be something maybe he was even hearing from parents right there. Of course, as we were just talking to Mark Salinger, it was a group of very angry and frustrated parents that were talking to both Mayor Hancock and Chief Thomas. So you have to wonder if any of the sentiments that he shared there in that statement were born out of those conversations.
Right. We know in terms of gun control and legislation, that can take a very long time, but we are seeing immediate change right now. 2 armed officers will be at East High School every day until the end of the school year. And the board is actually meeting tomorrow, and they're going to discuss how to move forward in terms of safety.
Yeah, absolutely. That's going to be a conversation that, of course, once we learn more about it, we're going to let you know exactly what was discussed as much as we can learn there. We want to go ahead and update you again about the facts of what we know right now. So Denver police say around 9:50 this morning, they got a
share the timeline, and then I'll give you my thoughts.
At East High School, they say that a student, during a routine safety pat down to make sure the student didn't have weapons on him, something that he had to go through every single day that he entered the school, that he shot 2 school administrators. It's unclear exactly where he shot them at this time. What we do know is that one of those school administrators is in critical condition in surgery at this time. The other administrator is in serious condition, but is responsive, is talking with police for their investigation at this time. Both of them are at Denver Health. Our Brianna Fernandez is live outside there monitoring the situation, trying to get more information and any updates that we can learn about their progress. We have some VO from our Sky 9 right now, some video showing exactly how big this scene was. And what I got to say is we see this video from earlier.
Okay, so now for my take. I think it's incredibly convenient that something happened there not too long ago. I also think it's incredibly convenient that the narrative is nothing but gun control. Not, oh, the kids, not, oh, our policies failed, gun control. That is so frustrating to me because it doesn't do anything to further the conversation. Shall not be infringed. All you need to know. Not hang on. Not could be infringed if you're uncomfortable and putting enough pressure on. If you wanna change it, make a constitutional amendment. But for now, shall not be infringed. It's obviously tragic. It sounds like the one is going to survive, and the other one may be maybe has less of a shot of doing so. But yeah, it's entirely frustrating. Yeah, they act like they don't want our schools to be safe, but then, and out of respect for the victims and respect for the thing, I won't get into a huge gun control debate because I'm not a leftist. But we absolutely do want our schools to be safe, and we have ways to do it as well. And it starts with not gluing your child to a screen, in my opinion. But we need to bring back the humanity of the human experience, and so that's my take. Another unfortunate circumstance. We obviously pray for the student or the administrators. Hope for speedy recovery, and yeah, keep your heads up, ladies and gentlemen, because it seems like things of this nature are becoming more frequent, and we're all targets. Head on a swivel, stay protected, and all that good stuff. So all right, well, thank you so very much for stopping by. Fast, go back and just go back and watch it. It's like 20 minutes. School shooting. Unfortunately, I gotta log off, but it's like a 20-minute video, so it's not too bad. But all right, y'all. Thanks for stopping by. Hit that like button. Subscribe if you're new. And we will see you all, I don't know, and probably at like after the verdict, because then I'll jump on. I asked him to just stream snipe it. I told him I was going to be on for like 15 minutes. It's good content, but he didn't want to. So, all right, y'all. Take care. Have a good one. Bye-bye.